Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports, and a very, very special episode of My Mom's Basement today. I'm your host, Robbie Fox, alongside my main man, Clem, and we have a packed episode. Daredevil, the return of Daredevil Born Again. We've got Invincible, Season 4, Episode 4, I believe it is. We've got Project Hail Mary at the end of the podcast, which I said we'll keep spoiler-free because I know it's still fresh. Tickets are still sold out everywhere. And then Dazed and Confused, my homework for last week, a movie that I had never seen before. Finally watched it. We will also discuss that today. Clem, it's the second year in a row that you have gone viral for taking your son to opening day as a surprise, but this year in a much different way.
Yeah, I was so close not to posting the video for people who didn't see. Last year he was so excited. I took him out of school, had a little fake ticket printed out opening day, Juan Soto jersey, his birthday. He was in school because the game was later. I wanted to have like a half day, and to be honest, I wanted myself to have a half day without kids, and then I could take him. Today was a 1:15 game, so it was like, we're not even going to bother with school. And I told him, and this is how the YouTube brain works. He paused YouTube. You could hear him. I'm like, can you pause it, bud? He pauses YouTube and, hey, buddy, we're going. Good news, bad news. Bad news, don't got to go to school as a joke. Good news is you're going to the Mets opening day, which some people would say is bad news. And as a Mets fan, and he's just like, yay. And then you see him just fumbling with the remote to unpause.
So he doesn't end up.
Can you pause it for a sec, bud?
Thank you.
I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is you can't go to school today. The good news is we're going to opening day.
Yay.
And I'm just like, man, the 2025 Mets sucked every ounce of enthusiasm out of that kid from last year's reaction. But it did it to a lot of us. It was a good rite of passage. It is a reminder of just what it's like being a Mets fan. He's already showing his scars at the age of 7 years old. So it was very funny.
You got to win, though.
Got to win.
Scary at the beginning of the game. It looked very scary right away, but you got to win.
2-0. Our new pitcher, Freddie Peralta, who we traded 2 big prospects for, gives up the home run to start the season. And then they score 5 in the bottom of the first, run Paul Skeens out of the game, send him home to Livy, poor guy. And then Mets win. The Mets have, by the way, I don't know if you know this, the Mets have by far the best opening day record of all the teams in baseball. It's one of those like almost ironic or like evil things the baseball gods do is they build us up just to break us down. And in very, I was going to blog this actually, in extreme Mets fashion, because you never, like, as you know, Bob, like, I understand, like, sometimes, you know, some people at this company may ham it up about how bad the Mets are. Not even ham it up, just lose their minds, legitimately lose their minds. But let's be honest. We've all watched the Mets, and we know, like, when something bad happens, it's always different when it hits the Mets. Oh, yeah. So, infamously, 2 years ago on opening day, we had the veteran of the day for opening day, which they honored him. His name was Seymour Wiener. And we're like, are you like, is this real? And to his credit, he was a great sport about it. Sounds like he's been dealing with, you know, those kind of things his whole life. And it was the beginning of the meme season. That was Grimace, Hot Tua Girl, the Mets pimp. There was all these just crazy characters came into our life with the NLCS. So this year, obviously we're at the game, and you'd appreciate this one. I don't know if you saw it. The national anthem was sung by a guy who was playing George Washington in Hamilton. And as he's singing the national anthem, I'm like, did he just change the word? What's going on? And I see everyone saying to like their friends, like, did he just like skip a verse? And I don't know. He just, you know, rockets, red glare, banner, you know, things are waving. I don't know where he's going. The guy who, I mean, you just can't make it up. The guy who plays George Washington messes up the national anthem. It's like not just some random guy, not some random singer. George Washington messes up the national anthem.
But the mess up, like you said, he just cut the bridge. What he did was he hit the radio edit on it. He didn't like, it wasn't like his voice was bad. He sounded good, but he hit the radio. Look, this is us.
There he is. Oh, wow. That's the 1776 edit. That's what it was when George was
Yeah.
president, or 1783, whenever he'd been president. But like, so I think someone said George was dead and buried by the time the national anthem actually came out. So to his credit, he shouldn't know the lyrics. He was learning on the fly, just like.
And I saw, did two birds fly into each other and one
that
died on
was
the field today?
That was the other Mets thing. So we're at the game and I see like something on the field and the entire crowd just like going crazy and like cheering. And I think someone threw something on the field, and it could be a dildo, you know, Buffalo Bill style.
Yeah.
Could be I thought it was like a giveaway, and everyone's like celebrating. I'm like, what's going on? Turns out there was a pigeon flying, as tends to be in New York City. And we also have these hawks that have nested in Citi Field. Well, the hawks saw the pigeon and decided it was lunchtime, and
Oh no!
went down.
I didn't know
killed
hawks
the
ate other
pigeon.
birds like that.
Birds of prey, dude. You know I'm a birds of prey guy. I'm
Yeah.
a bird guy.
Sure,
I love
you
my
are-
birds.
you
but
are
I
a birds
also
of prey
love
guy.
Birds of prey guy. I appreciate the what's it called? The food pyramid, or not the food
Yeah.
pyramid, the food chain.
Circle of life.
The circle of life, the food chain. And he killed one of those flying rats out of the sky, and it landed 10 feet away from our brand new right field prospect, who's 2 years old and playing his first major league game. Welcome to the
Queens.
Mets, Carson Bench. This is what your life will be. Expect the unexpected. So, yeah, we have George Washington forgetting the national anthem, a bird killing another bird, Mets win. Just another opening day in Mets land. And AJ went viral. Did Portnoy was like, oh, Mets fans sure sound excited. I'm getting all the mentions blowing up. I think it's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight, apparently. So it's
What?
AJ is just like, his head is
It's
spinning.
gonna be on Kimmel tonight.
Apparently, that's what I was told. So,
Oh my god!
my mom got a phone call and was like, "Hi, we saw your son's video." I'm like, "Why are they?
How'd they get in
I don't-
touch with your mom?
I have no clue, Rob. It's like kind of scary that's how
Oh
it
my
happened.
god!
But here we are. Last year, AJ went viral. He had people at the Mets game last year pointing him, "Hey man, I saw your video."
Yeah,
I
I remember.
can't believe that happened again in a different test. And I'm kind of addicted to the rush of giving him opening day tickets. But
Yeah.
at the same point, after that reaction, I'm like, I think it's lost its charm. Now, if they win the World Series, but I need a little more of a reaction. I was this close to not posting it, truly. I was like, I don't want this kid to be LOL Mets, Yankees fans dunking on Mets fans. And but you know what? If the kid gets on Kimmel, that's worth it for himself. And I was like, do you see who tweeted this, right? He goes, Dave Portnoy. They love Dave Portnoy. They don't even not even sure what Dave Portnoy does. They just love the name Dave Portnoy. Can I talk to Dave Portnoy? They know he's my trivia partner and my boss. That's about it.
That's so funny. I found out today that I live in a Mets town, the town I moved to. Train station this morning. I said, "Oh, let me wear my Yankee hat." Big win last night, opening day today. I even got my Yankee socks on, and I didn't see a single Yankee jersey, single Yankee shirt, single Yankee hat. I probably saw 15 Mets, different pairs of shoes. I saw hats. I saw someone had like a jean short thing, like the Mets logo on the back of it. I was like, "What the fuck?" I moved to a Mets town.
Jersey is kind of like a borderless place where anything flies. I even say
Yeah.
it might be more Yankee than anything, where Long Island is obviously the Mets stronghold. I'm
Yeah.
pretty surprised by that, though, that it is a clear orange and blue leaning part of the state. But yeah, I mean, we're the Mets gypsies up here in north of Westchester, where I was always Mets Giants, and that's weird. So best of luck behind enemy lines, Bob. The Yankee socks. I love the socks thing.
Oh yeah,
you have
I
mine?
gotta show. Yeah,
I love that, dude. And you know,
I've
I
had
looked
these
at
for like 10 years and
That-
longer, maybe.
awesome. I was looking at AJ's outfit as he was going up, and he had like a Met shirt on and shorts because he was so excited he could wear shorts. It was such a nice day. R2D2 socks up to the knees. I'm like, my guy, you
That's
are
your
my
son.
guy. Yes, he really has grown on me over the years. So anyone that watched the early years of Podfathers, it took a little while for him to even get his quote unquote pinstripes, as you guys like to say in Yankees land, but he has them in spades right now.
He had to earn them. The number one spot in the power rankings for a long time was like when Bruno Sammartino was champ. It was just, there was years there.
Yeah, everyone was looking up. Sienna was Andre the Giant for us forever. Like, no one even went for the strap when Andre held it.
We're gonna basically skip nerd news this week and get right into Daredevil because, like I mentioned at the front, we've got a lot to get into. I did just want to say I spent most of my day yesterday arguing with Lord of the Rings fans and SNYDERverse fans. I basically was just like, I said to you, I was just taking BP against them. I was just ripping shots all day because it was the 10-year anniversary of Batman v Superman, which unleashed insane takes. People were basically crediting it with saving the world and inspiring every movie that ever came after it. And nobody, if anybody didn't like the movie, it's not like they didn't like it. It's just they didn't understand it. They didn't understand how deep it was, you know?
I all the stuff I heard from the Game of Thrones fans early in the final season about how we were the wrong ones. Like these guys, at least like those people saw the light, you know, even though they couldn't see the light in the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah.
These fuckers are still just in the dark, which is the weirdest. I'm officially like scared of these people, but not because of how crazy they are, because of how like lost they. It's like
how delusional. There's people that, and I don't even think they're bots. I think they're real people that have dedicated a Twitter account to just tweeting about how awesome Zack Snyder is and how much everyone else in the movie business is inferior for the last 10 years. You look on some of their accounts, you scroll down months and months and months, not a single tweet about anything but Zack Snyder. There's no director that has that, which like, he's not the most popular director. He's not even close. Like Nolan fans aren't like that. Like, you know, it's just, that was great. And then Lord of the Rings, at this point, I don't even have hatred in my heart for Lord of the Rings. It's just, it's become the bit. It's become the funny thing for me where I see they hired Stephen Colbert and his son to write their next movie. And I just said, what a joke of a franchise. And I knew I would get people riled. I paired it with their Clerks 2. There's only one return and it's of the Jedi and of the King gift. And I just knew it. I could get people riled up about that one. So that made me. And Ken Jack hit me back. He was like, but remember when they brought back Palpatine in Fortnite? And I was like, that's a fucking fair shot. That's a fair shot to throw across. But I said, hey, at least Jimmy Fallon's not writing episode 10.
I mean, I didn't realize you threw the J word. And
I like Jimmy Fallon. I'm a Fallon guy. But come on.
I do not like Jimmy Fallon. I'm not talking about Jimmy, though. I was talking about Joke. Calling another franchise like that is you play ball like a girl from the Sandlot. Like calling it a joke. I think that you might have crossed the line there, Robbie.
It's like saying it to the best player. It's the franchise that has like 19 Oscars or some crazy shit like that. Like, I know what I'm doing, guys. I know I'm not fucking delusional here.
But I have to admit, like when I saw that, I thought it was honestly fake. Like I thought it was Wong updates.
Me too.
Or whatever.
I thought exactly discussing fish.
Yeah. And it was Variety, and I'm like, all right, Variety's getting in on this game of like fake news too. And I didn't realize Colbert is like, I see he's like a super duper diehard, right?
The most diehard of all diehards.
It was a thumb of the nose towards like, you know, the government because he's being shut down and all the government stuff that happened during it. And honestly, I don't know. I honestly just don't care. I haven't watched the show. I heard the show's good. I don't have the hatred in my heart for Lord of the Rings like the diehard Star Wars people do, like you. I also like, obviously, I have my own problems with Star Wars as it is.
Yeah.
It's just, those movies are long and they are just not for me. I read the motherfucking Hobbit when I was in middle school. So trust me, I do love that world, but it's just not for me. Our boy did we get a T-Bob? Like,
I don't know, because he's been in Disney. He's been posting funny videos from Disney in his robes.
He's in Potterland too, because he's literally
I saw
dressed as a wizard in Harry Potter.
Yeah, he had like a fez on in one of them. I was like, what is that hat? Is that from Harry Potter?
I mean, I just like, you know, buy my son opening day tickets a day up. He took all his kids down to Disney and becomes a legitimate wizard. I'm like, he is such a better dad than me. He is such a better hang than me. I love T-Bob. But I think some of those like beers were going down a little. He was drinking them a little faster just to ease the pain of all this. I don't understand it. But is it like, I think, again, to the people screaming at the YouTube or the podcast, I don't know. This was like us diving into Dune. I think they do a couple things that were a little like, oh, that guy's in charge of that. Like, I think recently some of their projects have been.
People didn't really like The Hobbit, and people don't really love Rings of Power.
Oh no, that's what it was. We were talking about this briefly before we got to Believe the other day. It was like, was it Andy Serkis in charge of the Gollum movie because he played Gollum?
Well, that's this movie, I think.
Oh, that's this movie.
I think, yeah.
So that I didn't realize this was all locked in together. That just seems odd.
Like, what a weird duo.
Hey,
yeah.
Maybe it is the fucking future of franchises in Hollywood. We shall see. But yeah, it's good eating for Star Wars fans right now because you guys and listen, I am a Star Wars fan. I also had like come to the realization that I am an original trilogy Star Wars fan that would reshoot both prequel and sequels if it was up to me, or watch the Toby cut. Is it Toby Maguire? No, it's not Toby Maguire. It's Topher. And then someone make the sequel trilogy cut and just be very happy. Or in my headcanon, episode 4, 5, and 6, all that happens. But for you guys, I'm truly happy for you. Like I love when the people are fighting on the timeline. It's the girl fights, and I'm the guy smoking the bowl in the corner. Like that's me right now. Having the time of my life watching you guys duke it out. And you're going at the SNYDERverse. You're going two front war, Bob.
I know. I was Jon Snow.
You cannot win a two front war. We learned this in World War II. Do not do it, Bob. Do not do it.
I was just going down with the ship. I was just having a blast, to be honest. I just felt like I was dunking on people.
Hitting beefy. I mean, that's the thing. I don't think I don't know if it's a respect thing or a fear thing or both. I don't think you fear or respect either of those fan bases.
And I don't really like, I guess, of course, I'm passionate about Star Wars, but I'm like, there's not actual hatred in my heart. I just really find it fun. I find it's like it's sparring. It's not a real fight. It's just like we're having fun here. We're fucking get a few shots in. I'll get a few shots in. Keep the brain sharp. Remember some of the good chirps. I like getting it in every now and then. You remind everybody, fucking Star Wars till I die.
And you always know you have the Clerks video in your back pocket.
The Clerks video is the ship that launched 1,000 whatever. Is it like it really is.
The face that launched 1,000 ships. Yep.
All right. Let's get into Daredevil Born Again season 2 premiere. Really good reviews for the season came out before this premiere, but the sentiment that a lot of them had was it's got a slow start to season 2, but it eventually revs up into high gear. So I was trying to temper my expectations for the premiere itself, and maybe I tempered them too much, but I thought this was awesome. Like I said, I don't want to call it great. I don't want to use that G word yet. Because if everyone's saying and everyone is in agreement that it just keeps getting better, I don't want to use it yet. We're going to use that this season. I'm very confident of that. So I'm going to say the premiere was very good. I was very satisfied with some of the character stuff we got, some of the action stuff we got, some of the cool camera work and things like that we got. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, fight scene was legit good. I guess I put the heavy capital G good. Good. I was going to say solid. I don't think solid's being fair enough to it. I think it was good. I think if you went it with low expectations, it was probably very good in your mind.
Yeah.
I heard what you heard. My guy Kyle said, I think the review he had read was first 2 episodes, you're getting its feet under it. It hits the gas in episode 3 and it doesn't let up the rest of the season. I'm like, all right, if we're hitting that pace, and you told me, and I obviously have seen it since, next week, episodes 2 and 3 come out together. And I said, this feels like a big deal because if you're going to just lump the first couple together just to get it out there and get everyone caught up, that's fine. If you're putting 2 together, I feel like there's a reason, maybe a cliffhanger you don't want to hang too long or whatever it may be. I feel like I'm going to try not to get the hopes too high, but I feel like we're about to again, pedal to the metal.
And I think this is going to be awesome because it leads directly into the Punisher special, which is, I believe, the week after the finale. It's like, all right, if you missed the Punisher in season 2, here he is for 60 minutes, just Punisher. And that's the one where John Bernthal's got some creative control. I think he maybe co-wrote it. I think that could be cool as well. And then after that, not too long after that, we're getting him in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Me and Jake Bass were talking about it in the office today. We're like, we're fucking eating here. It's Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man. And the Punisher's in Spider-Man, so it's all going to feel connected. Daredevil's probably in Spider-Man. I'd be surprised if he wasn't at this point.
I feel like it's all going to be street level and it's all going to have the same characters. That needs to continue, I think. I think if you're going to go to space, schedule the 2 or 3 space, franchises that are going to revolve around each other. I think that could be a way to really do some cool shit. And again, not everything needs other characters from other shows. I don't think it's a bad thing, even if it's for an episode or a cameo in the movie or whatever it may be. It just makes you feel like you're in Marvel land right now. And it's an advantage they have on DC because DC's still setting up everything. And DC's kind of doing it. They've done it a few times where it's like, all right, there's the what's not the Justice League? What's the bunk Justice League that they had?
Oh, the Justice Gang?
Justice Gang, yes. So like they're still establishing themselves and they're doing it in their own way. But you guys have, oh shit, there's Punisher, there's Daredevil, there's Spidey, and they're all in New York City. It's very cool thing they can do.
And I love that as well. Like having a corner of the universe in New York and knowing your New York heroes, then you could eventually get to the point where you introduce like the West Coast Avengers and things like that. And also when you do a street level show, you avoid, for the most part, one of the main criticisms against Marvel right now, which is like, that CGI mess, the fucking CGI monster, CGI this, CGI that, AI slop looking, whatever. It's like, there's not a lot of it there. You know, the CGI is much more subtle in a show like this, where people aren't fucking turning into lava monsters we'll get the lava monsters and
oh, God.
That's why it's on my mind. But you know, the stuff used in this episode, it's used to make punches look a little faster, or you know, a knife to get thrown in the room, or something like that. It's much more subtle, basically.
I wonder if they slimmed my boy Vince down a little much, just a little extra with his Kingpin at some point, because he was looking fit at one point, you know, last season. Remember how fit he was?
He was talking about. I'm not even thinking the suit is heavy on him. I didn't realize how much they're adding to him, but apparently him and Colin Farrell became friends for talking over like, oh yeah, sucks putting a fucking heavy suit on, doesn't it, to play a much bigger guy? Well, obviously Colin Farrell, I think, had a lot more. Yeah. His whole face was getting changed and everything like that. So maybe a little stolen valor on Vincent D'Onofrio. But let's kind of go through. I have some notes for the episode. I love the BB Urich report to start. Sets the scene well. All of those reports are good. I like, again, that like New York is kind of a character in this, kind of like it is in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. And then they don't waste any time to give you the black suit. It's not like, oh, we're going to show him spray painting it and why he did it. It's like, no, here's the fucking black suit. He's going after a ship that's got a bunch of guns on it. You get a bone break right away to remind you, you're watching a TVMA Marvel show. This ain't your mom's Marvel show or whatever. And it was cool the way he like escapes narrowly after they fucking flood the ship, washes up on shore. We find out the ship was for Fisk, and, you know, they were trying to get weapons into Red Hook. I thought it was a cool way to open everything up.
It was cool, but I have to admit, being blind in a shipwreck is a horror I've never dreamt of, and that's some nightmare shit right there. He's going
and the way they show it, the way he could hear them above him, and they do the aspect ratio change again, where they remove the black bars, zoom in, almost the Jaws like vertigo shot on him, and then they bring it back. That was cool. And then later on in the episode, there was a couple shots of Heather Glenn when she's losing it, when she's seeing Muse, when the camera does that dip down and she's staying. And then it comes back up to kind of show like she's losing it. Here she goes. Like that was fucking cool. Again, like I believe the directors that did this were the ones that brought back Born Again. They're like the main team that did this. And I feel like you can tell an improvement when they're directing episodes.
Yeah. And like you said with the suit too, it's like in Super Smash Brothers, where it's like I don't have to unlock every single suit. It's just I can just choose all these cool things. Oh, there's Dr. Mario. He's one of Mario guys. Like you're not just having to work for it. Don't make us work for too much, guys. We have a lot of cool shit you have to unveil. You have a lot of projects lined up. Just like drop it, and then we're like, all right, we're cooking. But you know what? If you want to switch back to the Daredevil throwbacks, do that. Want something new? Do that as well. Things like the symbiote suit and other stuff like that requires the moment, I'd say. Don't need that for every single thing in Marvel, because we got a lot of
and this, it's as soon as you see the black suit, you go, yeah, there's a vigilante band. He's fucking off the grid a little more than he used to be. And it was nice to just get him in the suit right away, because last season, and this isn't a complaint for mine, but we didn't get him in the suit a lot last season. Like a lot of the season was spent with him in the courtroom, him as Matt Murdock, getting back to being Daredevil. And I was okay with that. I thought they told a good story there. But it's nice to see him fucking kicking ass, breaking bones.
Were there a lot of criticisms about that? Because I remember us saying at the time, like, he's not been in the suit as much or handling it. And it didn't bother me because I did enjoy the other stuff. I really enjoyed the actor and the character. So it was cool with me. I guess everyone's going to complain about something. Probably the people.
I think there was some, but I don't think there was a ton.
It's the Robbies that hate Marvel That
Yeah.
you were the people that you've been chirping. And that version of you that are the anti-Marvel people were probably like, he doesn't even wear the suits.
Yeah. And how about this? Everyone's confused about this now because Charlie Cox is going out there and he's promoting season 2 on, I think, on Kimmel, on a few different talk shows. He's gone on things with Vincent D'Onofrio. And Charlie Cox has this big beard in all of the promotional material. And a few people have brought up, aren't you filming season 3 right now? And he's been like, yep, we're filming. The other day I was filming a fight scene where, I didn't have the mask on and I had to not look at anyone. He was talking about how hard it was to act blind when he didn't have anything on, not the mask, not the glasses. And everyone's going, oh, so season 3, Daredevil's having a fucking big beard? And there's some comic runs where he's got a beard and he looks fucking badass. So it's almost like every season they're giving you a different version of Daredevil. From the Netflix show, giving you the black bandana around the eyes. Mm-hmm. Eventually they bring that back in the Netflix show, but you get the red suit. You've now got the black suit. I assume one day they'll give us we got the gold suit in She-Hulk. And they're just going through again. They're showing you Daredevil's got a fucking arsenal of costumes and we're going to give them all to you. I love that.
And again, I'm not a Daredevil guy, but if they handle the Wolverine stuff where they're going through they did the little Deadpool things, right? Where they had all the different Wolverines and I was geeking out for that. So our boy Goldfinger, right? Our boy Goldfinger is having probably the time of his life right now.
As you're saying that, I'm like, oh, actually, as you said, I'm not a Daredevil guy. We've got a coworker over in Chicago, Sam Goldfinger, who's the biggest Daredevil guy I've ever met. Like he'll throw out every hero in Marvel and DC if he could keep Daredevil. He cares.
Also known as Mincy's Pillow. On
Mincy's Pillow, yes. he was so fired up, he sends me and Kenjack this picture.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Dude, it cracked me up. He fucking loves Daredevil. He's got the whole Frank Miller run. He's got some signed by him. He's got some CGC graded. He's like the Daredevil. And he was losing it over. He was like, that was fucking awesome. We're going to be eating. I was doing research on everyone in the season. I love it. He's got so much passion about Daredevil. Again, the funny dude in the BB Urich report after all of this, where he's talking about diapers in the East River. He's like, we got diapers in the East River. He's doing such a New York accent. Loved that. Matt and Karen fully back on. Fisk labels the boat attack a terrorist attack. And I loved when, as soon as he calls it a terrorist attack, Gandolfini and Sheila hit each other with this look that I've seen before of just like, all right, whatever he says. Like the look they shared was like, we know this is wrong, but all right, we're gonna run with that.
that look has probably been shot by so many government officials in this. I'm not gonna go full tinfoil hat, and I'm not saying just this government. I'm saying the U.S. governments across the world for all kinds of shit. We're gonna spin this and just blame something else, and it's like, all right, whatever you got to do to keep getting elected or attack the people you want to attack. Essentially, our boy Matt. I was gonna start a body count for him this season, and it's 1. He already took it down one young lady. I feel like he's gonna be monogamous though. I feel like this isn't gonna be a slang season. I could be wrong, but the count is right. 1, just so we know in case I am wrong on this. Because
if he keeps going after ladies, eventually, he's not beating the fake blind accusations. He keeps going after these beautiful ladies. It's like, bro, aren't you blind?
Smoke.
It's crazy. We got Matthew Lillard. How about this? They bring in Matthew Lillard, and they have him dominate Fisk, not only in his office, but in his own home. I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit with that. We don't have to go completely in order here. I loved Mr. Charles coming in and just saying fucking brash, bold shit in front of Fisk, in front of Fisk's wife, in front of Vanessa. And the face that he had, Fisk, every time it cut to him was just like, I can't stop this train from rolling right now. Like, what am I doing? I thought he played it well. It's like fucking Shaggy came and dominated Wilson Fisk.
So I was like, I didn't realize him at first. Like the first scene when the first 2 scenes when he puts his phone in the drink in Washington, and then when he first goes into the office and it just basically walks all over everybody. He walks over his Kingpin's right hand man, and then Kingpin and Vanessa. I think I don't know if Vanessa's there anyway. And then when they went back to the house and they're talking, and I'm like, that's the dude from Scream. And that's all. And now that you had said it, Shaggy, that guy was like the face of the 90s could be a million different people. but he's like the lesser face of the 90s, where it was like you were watching just random reruns on Comedy Central or MTV, and that was the face you saw. And let me tell you, Bob, I love it. I wrote Mr. Charles rules in all caps before I realized it was this guy. I think as of now, this is a Mr. Charles show for me until for a further review. Daredevil, Kingpin, you know I love them both.
Yeah.
It was probably Kingpin 1, Daredevil 2, if we're being honest, for me. I think Mr. Charles has leap, because when you come in, you tell them you're cocky, then they get like dressed down when the guy got the phone call and he kind of puts his tail between his legs, and then you see Kingpin of all people just get fucking Kingpin essentially. Mr. Charles is my guy. He's my guy, Bob.
And I'm fascinated at what the connection to Valentina is. Because when he goes into the office, obviously the attorney general, who's like talking shit, being like, you have no fucking authority here, gets a phone call and he's like, yes, Miss DeFontaine. You have full control to do whatever you want. And that also like threw my brain in a blender, because, okay, she knows Charles is now with Fisk and in Fisk's office, obviously. This takes place 2 weeks after Thunderbolts, after she introduces the new Avengers to the world. Is her mindset, we can't have any other vigilantes because I have the franchise rights. Like no more other, like I have the vigilantes here. Because I was thinking, why would she be anti-vigilante if she just went and did the press conference? Obviously, she wasn't fully, pro superhero in that movie. It took till the very end and she could take credit for everything. But I was still like very fascinated about that. I also saw quotes from a Matthew Lillard interview where he said he basically didn't know much about the MCU going into this. Okay. And it made me think back when I went to the Screen Rant screening of Thunderbolts with Jake Bass. It was Liam Crowley, friend of the program. Liam Crowley put on the screening. I left that and people were whispering, oh, Matthew Lillard was there. Matthew Lillard was there. I was like, this guy was doing fucking research. He was like, oh, let me go see Thunderbolts and figure out a little bit more about this universe. Everything kind of clicked into place there. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
At least, I always like when the people know what they're doing and whatever. But if you're not, at least do your research. At least figure it out on the fly. That's all you can ask. And so I appreciate that. And again, I have a soft spot in my heart just because of the way he played that character in Scream. I'm not even a horror movie guy, but I watched that movie.
Stu Macher, is that his name? Stu Macher?
Is it Stu Macher? We gotta. I'll look that up.
I think it is, because Goldfinger texted me and Kenjack. He goes, oh my God, it's the guy from Five Nights at Freddy's. And me and Kenjack were like, are we Unk or what?
Stewart. Yep. Stu Macher. So that's probably, damn. Yeah. When I saw Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm like, oh my God, my daughter plays that game. Like how is he? And I'm thinking of Scream from, I didn't realize Scream was 96 either. I thought that was like 99, 2000. That makes me feel even older.
It's one of my favorite horror movies. So good. So funny. So great with the way it plays on tropes. Still rewatchable every Halloween,
but still like a hell of a slasher, man.
I know it's crazy to be like, it's like half a parody, but you take it seriously because it's that good.
And it was so good, it made Scary Movie like basically just like could just crush it on its own because it's such good source material.
It was so good that Scary Movie has 6 coming out this year. We got some more Cherry and Kirsten back at the office because Kirsten's like, I haven't heard from Matt, and that asshole comes to Kirsten, begs her to plead out of the Duquesne case, and hits her with, you think the evidence matters? Which kind of felt like they were hitting a real world, like, oh, what? We're in a world where the evidence don't matter anymore. And I like the scene where Matt met Cherry under the bridge. I like Cherry. He gets hate from the Daredevil fans. I don't really know why. I think he's a good side character, and like, it's not like he's a great, oh my God, I love when he's on screen. But I like Matt having that connection, a little source.
I didn't realize he had the hate. He's a Wire alum, so I love him just because he's from The Wire. He plays an also like a cool character that you like in The Wire. So I'm gonna have to fucking beef with these Daredevil. What does Goldfinger think about him? I need to know Goldfinger things before I go into war with these guys. Goldfinger hates him, then I'm gonna have to just like quietly take my Wire love and just sit in the corner and let Cherry fight this battle on his own. The Cherry storyline, like and then like David versus Goliath. I'm like, okay, like let's just keep that. I'm a Charles guy. I'm looking for more Mr. Charles.
You're a Charles guy.
The more David versus Goliath talk that goes on means less Mr. Charles time, which I do not like at all.
Did you cringe, or not really cringe, but groan as much as I did when we were reminded of the head of the AFTV, the Anti-Vigilante Task Force, when he shows up and he gets to the captain before Daredevil does. And then he hits the girl in the restaurant as soon as he gets in there. He's like, get out of my way. Boom, elbows her or something. That guy, I mean, we said it last season, the perfect casting. That face is so hateable.
Meant to be a dick. And like, you want to talk instant heat, right? Is that a wrestling term? Instant heat? Hit the girl and get the whole crowd to boo.
It's almost cheap heat.
It was cheap heat. It was cheap heat. Let's call it what it was.
Yeah.
And also, I actually kind of liked this Astoria love. I was like, I thought there was going to be Astoria slander, but it was Astoria love. I used to live in Astoria, so all this Greek stuff, and I was like, all right, we're going to Astoria. So I like that too. The story,
the restaurant helping people get out, and all of that. I was like, oh, this is fucking cool because I didn't expect that right off the bat.
Me either, and it felt much more organized and like a real living thing.
Yes,
I thought this quickly. Yeah, 100%.
I thought that was cool. The fake Fisk report has a lot of people talking. The Fisk in the mask and everything.
Little Batman, Dark Knight kind of stuff. Or
it kind of is. I still kind of think it's BB, and I don't know if I'm crazy. For some people are like, they're bringing back Ben. He's not really. Ben is fucking dead. I watched that original series. Kingpin killed that motherfucker for sure. I don't know who else it could be. Some people were saying it's Gandolfini, and he's a fucking already. I don't think he's already turned on Fisk. I think he still believes in the cause.
No way, Gandolfini. So I'm at my doing my debate, and I'm like, is Gandolfini gonna? I feel like he's gonna take one by the end of this season. Fisk is the one to push him under the bus and end him. When he had that apartment and that look of self-approval and the New York Kith shirt, and I was like, oh boy, you're that was so good.
The wardrobe department nailed it.
Oh, they nailed it. And you're just like, I don't like this guy. I love the New York Knicks. I do not like the New York.
Yeah.
He just plays that, and there's probably so many people like that in the fucking city. Oh, so and shout out, man. Every time I see Gandolfini, I just smile. I'm like, I don't know if there's anyone I've ever rooted for in Hollywood that I have no clue who they are. Like, I've never met them more than this,
especially after his debut as Many Saints in Newark, which all the Sopranos fans hate. And obviously people weren't like anti him, but it's tough to kickstart a career after you launch into like everyone fucking said that was the shits. This is a great role for him. He plays it really well. I think he's really good in this show.
Yeah, me too. I'm thrilled for him. So I don't know who else.
He's a deputy mayor now too. He's got that nice title, deputy mayor.
That's true. So who else? I feel like it has to be BB, right? Like, who else could it be?
Probably. Like, I don't know. We know it's not like the main. We know it's not fucking Karen. We know it's not Cherry. We know it's not Kirsten. Yeah. But some people said Foggy's alive, and it's like Foggy ain't alive. He hurt his heart stop.
We're not. Oh, God.
They're just holding out hope because that speaks to how good a character Foggy was. How much people loved Foggy. People can't let him die.
I feel kind of bad that I really don't. It's like Foggy's the friend everyone talks about.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. Sounded like a great guy. Sounded like a great guy.
He was a great guy. Real good guy. We get the head of the AFTV torturing the captain, and then Buck comes in and bitches him out. He's like, you shouldn't fucking blah, blah, blah be doing this. And then just fucking shoots the guy in the head. And that was brutal the way they shot it too, where you could see the bullet come through the fucking forehead and everything. Brutal.
The way they set it up and he like cocks it back, I'm like, are they just not going to show it? I'm like, oh, they showed it. They showed it very intensely.
I feel like they keep doing that. I wonder if they're doing it on purpose, because I've had the same thought, Clem, multiple times where I'm like, wait, are they going to show that? I'm like, oh, they showed it. It almost like it wants to remind you, like, we're showing this shit.
Yeah. It's like in the movies, like, you can't shoot a cop, and then the guy shoots a cop, and you're like, oh shit, well, I guess there are no rules after all. Like, every time they shoot, you're not going to show this, are you? Oh, they showed it.
Yeah. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I do want to say a little birdie told me there's a chance we'll be able to interview Buck on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
And I said, that'd be cool. I said, we'll take fucking anyone from Daredevil. I'd love to talk to anyone about how the show's made and stuff.
Vanessa, talk to Buck. He'll handle it for you.
Oh my God. Imagine we got Vincent. We could fucking have him do the voice to us. I don't know how you would respectfully ask him to turn the voice on, though. It's like PMT when they had Seth MacFarlane. They were like, do you get annoyed if people asking you to do the voice? He's like, is this you asking me to do the voice? They were like, yeah.
I just do the whole interview in the voice to see if he says anything. And if he's just like, maybe it's just his voice. I didn't do any research on these guys.
We get, again, Mr. Charles was dominating Fisk. BB and Karen talked about Ben a little bit. That was a nice scene where she's talking about You feel some guilt for the fact that Ben died kind of protecting her. I thought that was a really good scene. Glenn keeps seeing her old patient Muse. She's also cooking the books and drinking. So I don't know if they're setting up for a redemption arc or a complete fall off a cliff arc.
Well, once you change the questions to the answers, especially a guy that we like, we have she's radioactive, Bob. She's a problem.
She's
this
radioactive.
Is officially a problem. And she's not starting by like a couple glasses of wine. We're starting with just straight vodka. And yeah, this isn't good.
No.
This is what is Jerry? This is a disaster. Like this is
it's a catastrophe.
It's a catastrophe. That's
it's on the verge of a catastrophe. It's a bit of a powder keg waiting to be exploded.
Yes, this is a powder keg of catastrophes are being set up by this woman right now, and she's driving on the wrong side of the road in London, basically. And I don't know what's going to explode.
Matt and Karen talk about Foggy. They're thinking about him. That guy Christolfi finds the restaurant, which is good. And then the ending, crazy. Daredevil saves Cherry, but he starts having a heart attack, and you could hear this, and it's almost flashbacks to, oh my God, here in the heart, but you're trying to fight. Really good fight scene, cool choreography. Eventually gets overpowered. They rip the fucking mask off of him. And when it hits this point, you go, okay, something's happening here. Either he's going to prison immediately, and this is a prison show now, or someone's coming in for the save. Who could come in for the save? And as soon as fucking bullets come flying through the window and they're hitting collateral damage through people, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Bullseye. He throws the knife in. It's like, you're welcome, or whatever it says. It's fucking etched in. And I know it's etched in, so he's going to feel it. But a lot of people have been joking, like, you threw a written message to a blind guy. Like when we see the message on the knife, Matt Murdock has no idea what that thing says.
So I did think, as soon as I saw that, to my credit, I said, oh, he could probably feel it. Because at this rate,
yeah,
I've learned pretty quickly. Let's just suspend beliefs, disbeliefs. Again, don't know which one I'm supposed to suspend here. It's
sonar.
This we're in some true Stevie Wonder shit, especially when
am I misremembering, or did he like sort of see some of the Muse paintings last season?
Oh God,
he sort of see one. Am I crazy thinking that? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
He's saying it looks like a Picasso, but he doesn't fucking see. What is he talking about right now? My thing was, does Bullseye have knives pre-etched with "You're welcome"? Because that came pretty quick.
That's a good point. Did he fucking do and then have to fucking etch it real quick? He's got like a 3D printer pen or something that he could. That's a real. Did he have a bunch of different knives for different scenarios?
Sorry, came a little late. Get your next time.
If Daredevil got shot, but it wasn't a killing blow, it was a fatal blow. Would he have thrown a sorry? Yeah, should have been earlier.
Called out when Cherry's dying. If you can't hear it, is he dead? Is Cherry alive? He is, right?
I think he's alive. Maybe the heart attack just stopped.
Is that? Are we dealing with Chekhov's heart right now? Though, is this heart on its way out?
It kind of is Chekhov's heart.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a Chekhov's heart here.
And when he went down, when I heard that thing going, I go, because remember he's like, I'm getting old, like retirement. I'm like,
he's talking retirement.
Around the boat. I got a new boat. Me and my wife are gonna sail around the world.
Oh,
I lost Cherry. As soon as I like put those two together with the heartbeat, I was like, oh, we've lost Cherry. So hopefully we didn't shout out Bullseye and his fucking cavalcade of pre-etched knives with message. It's like a fortune cookie. What if he throws the wrong one by mistake?
The other side has lucky numbers on it. Yeah. And like how to say horse in Chinese or something. All right. That was Daredevil Born Again, season 2 premiere. Good stuff. More good stuff from Daredevil. I've yet to see a Daredevil episode where I was like, that was bad. There's definitely been episodes that are better than others, but there's no bad episodes really. They don't swing and miss.
That's the thing, and it's like there's such a good floor on it that even if sometimes the ceiling isn't being hit, especially if you're looking for the suit, the fights, whatever it may be. And I don't know what the Netflix one was in terms of where that reached, but I'm very happy right now. It's always it's a good meal. I'm happy. It's you know what? It's chicken cutlet night. Whenever I have Daredevil, I know I'm getting some good cutlets. And listen, these are not the best cutlets in the world, but they're good cutlets. And I'm getting a nice set of potatoes, like roasted potatoes.
And every now and then you're like, These might be the best cutlets. You're like,
these
these are really there. The different chef is on tonight.
Do you use panko on these tonight? These are really extra crispy. They're really good. Sometimes they don't use the Italian breadcrumbs, and you can tell they're a little off, but they're still good. There's nothing left on the plate at the end of the night, and that's all you can ask for. Now
they're cooking and we're eating.
They're cooking and we're eating. Yes. Large calls chicken cutlets, Italian protein bars. One of my favorite things.
I love that. I never heard that.
Yeah. He asked me, what is the Tim Duncan of food? And I said, chicken cutlets. It's kind of like Mr. Fundamental, takes care of business, always in the mix. And listen, I'm not just because then you go, oh, chicken parm is a chicken cutlet, right? So it's like you could do it with this. You could play defense.
I got a chicken cutlet sandwich for lunch yesterday. Chicken cutlet, a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of prosciutto.
My favorite thing in the culinary game, like one of the biggest changes I think to happen in, I guess, this country, maybe the world, is that we started making the 6-foot heroes that included the chicken cutlet with the fresh mozz, the roasted red peppers, and the balsamic. Once that got added to the Italian and the American, game changer. Listen, I love cold cuts, but sometimes you want a little something extra. And when someone brings out that chicken cutlet, oh boy! And graduation party, yeah, exactly. The Italians coming up, Clem's is coming up. I went to a graduation party, and they had a bacon, egg, and cheese 6-foot sub. Have you ever seen one of those? Well, look at Bob's eyes. And it had seeds. It was seeded bread. It was out of this world, Bob.
That sounds amazing. I'm such a big breakfast guy.
The entire night too. Oh, it was perfect.
Give me breakfast food over everything else. Maybe it's just my favorite.
Just talking right now during this episode. All right, so I'm going to ask you this now. Let's do a little prediction here. What speed? So my guy Kyle again said it hits the gas and doesn't let off. What speed? What's the high speed you expect next episode? 100 is holy shit. Yeah. We are fucking going crazy.
So will we count next episode as 2 and 3? Because that's next
I'm saying by the end of 3. So
okay,
when it's all said and done with 3, and maybe we'll keep it going the rest of the season if
I like
this
that.
thing
I like
continues.
the speed test.
Yeah, the speed test.
I'm gonna say 2 and 3 since everyone was saying it's a slow start. And shout out to Liam Crowley, our friend of the show, said that season 4, which is like the mid-season finale, he's like, oh my god. Episode 4. He's like episode. Yeah. So I'm gonna say we're hitting 70 by the end of episode 3. I don't think we're going crazy, but I think we're going a little bit over the speed limit. I think we're going 70 to 65.
Okay. I was gonna say 72. I'll go 75. I'll raise it. I think 65 would be, I don't want to say disingenuous, but I want to have someone to reach for here. But I think sounds like we get to 85 or 90 by 4 based on what.
I think so. And that's why I'm also like, I don't want to push it there yet.
No,
because everyone's telling us it just keeps getting better. It's the figure skating thing. It's the Dave Pizza scale.
Yes,
like you don't want to go too high. So I think, and I would say the same thing about this week. I would say this week hit like 75.
Mr. Charleston hit 75 for me.
All right, let's talk Invincible season 4, episode 4. Kind of feels like episode 2 because we did the big block last week.
Yeah,
week 2 of season 4. Good episode this week, and I feel like personally a good episode because I love Damien Darkblood so much. So to be able to spend a lot of time with Damien Darkblood and in Hell this week, it was fucking metal, Clem, and I dug it.
Hell was gnarly. I didn't know what to expect, and we've never the way they were explaining everything. We've clearly never been there for a prolonged amount of time. I have to say I like my Damien Darkblood, because I think we were both diehard Damien guys here. I like him more in his detective whatever role, but this I got to tell you, Bob, I didn't think it was going to keep going on that long. The Invincible. What? The fall was almost funny in itself. It was like a Family Guy skit. It was like 75% of the episode they just stayed in hell. Where Invincible has programmed me to go from this to that to this, and like major battles, major scenes.
Yeah.
And we just stayed in hell with a bunch of characters we've never met. Obviously, there's you find out who Satan is, and then he grows, and it becomes like the Lord of Darkness, and it's not what you think hell is. It really. I was really, really fucked up. And then the other thing is and this is my problem. I think the what's his name? Taylor Art. He says I have something for you. Did the Egyptian scene? The Egyptian scene didn't go on for like 5 minutes, and then he got summoned to hell. Like he just gets summoned to hell, right? And then we go back to the Egyptian, because I think I might have missed like 5 minutes of this episode because it felt like I did.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the way you're saying, where the Egyptian scene was after, I think.
Yeah, but I think he was there, and he got summoned down.
Yeah.
But we didn't see him fighting. That was like Mumra from Thundercats. It's an old reference for my fellow olds out there. That's what I was. Those were the kind of
same voice actor as Damien, by the way, Clancy Brown.
Yes, that, and the girl is Chloe Bennett, who was in, what was that, Shield?
Agents of Shield, and Volcanica, obviously the big fucking volcano monster in this episode, was Oberyn Martell's sister in Game of Thrones, and she was also in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. I loved her. Chloe Bennett, I fell in love with in with Dave, the Little Dicky show, right?
Yeah, so good in that.
She was the photographer in that. So, okay, so the Egyptian, I was really thrown off, and the Invincible card they threw in really late when the title screen. So I was like, I'm pretty sure the card didn't show up. The Egyptian thing kind of like threw me for a loop, and I think they're just saying, hey, he's just getting summoned down, and then you're going to kind of scramble. Yeah. I think that was where they did it, but I don't know. I was in like a good mental, listen, I'm old. I understand there's times where I don't have my fastball. My fastball was clocking like a solid 93 at that moment. So it was not, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I had AJ going every 5 seconds.
Title card was like 20 minutes in this week, I think.
I was going to say like 35, honestly.
It was deep into that. And I like the way they did it too. Again, they always nail the way they kind of splice it into a sentence there. I like Bruce Campbell as Satan from The Evil Dead, and obviously all of Sam Raimi's movies. He makes a little cameo. And I like that Satan was a little Yoda-ish until he grows, and then he becomes this fucking cool hulking figure, but he's still kind of a pussy. Like, I thought that was funny when the big thing comes out and he tells Invincible, like, you can get him. Like, that was really funny to me. Even Invincible's line when he's like, bow down. He's like, I'm not bowing to Satan. Like, exactly. He was just like, and Satan wasn't like pissed off. He wasn't like, I'm going to kill you for that. He was just like,
It was like, yeah, it's like, dude, this is problematic in my world. I know it's different for you guys down here. It's still a problem up there. And I definitely appreciated that as well.
And I liked that the whole episode is showing us Volcanica's like unbelievable. You can't beat her. Axe to the skull. She's fucking filling Damien Darkblood's sister with lava, exploding her. And then Invincible comes down and boom, boom, takes her head off. She comes up, boom. But it was like showing you, oh, this is how strong Invincible is. It was like almost like a reminder that he's actually way above all these guys. He's been up against, it's Stone Cold up against The Rock and Undertaker and Triple H. But then they remind you every now and then what he's like when he fights the Hurricane. And you're like, oh, that's why he's the main event.
And it did work for me because like, oh yeah, that's right. And this is the thing. I'm just putting it out there now. Calling it March 18th. Or March 28th,
nope.
8:58 p.m.
26th, close.
26th. My eyes are going. It's getting late. God damn it. So yeah, the fastball's maybe 93 miles per hour right now, 89, not even on the black. There is going to be some serious problems with a lot of people in the not too distant future, and it's going to come at a very inopportune time as well. I'm telling you, those two things, put it in the bank.
Dude, speaking of inopportune time, poor Eve.
Yeah.
Finally going to tell Mark. She works up the courage. She's talking to her friend about it, goes up to the roof, and then immediately fucking Omni-Man comes down with the amazing line, the time for war is upon us. Oh, so good. Chills him and Alan the Alien. That was amazing. And just like all of the pre-stuff too, before you even get to that, when he gets the yellow and blue suit again, he fucking goes off and you're like, that's my fucking Invincible. And then Debbie sits him down and is like, selling the house. Me and Paul are moving in together. It was such a cool juxtaposition of like the coolest superhero side of Invincible, and also his mom is moving in with her boyfriend.
Super lame real life shit that's going on in his life as well.
That's why the show's so good, though.
And I like that he was like, the whole stuff about the suit, deserving it, all that stuff. We kind of got like, it kind of happened again where Mark's like, I had to kill her, had to do it. But he's very much in kill first, ask questions later mode. And it keeps being like, hey, it's all right. This guy was completely brainwashed by the sequids, or this lava monster doesn't die technically, so you didn't kill her. We're gonna have a problem, and this is gonna happen. sooner rather than later, there's going to be you really shouldn't have done that, man. You really shouldn't have done that.
And he's like, but I've been doing it, and everyone was okay with it then. And it's like, well, yeah, we're getting to that for sure. I also just wanted to say, we mentioned them falling down. That was so funny to me. It was Family Guy. The whole conversation they had there where he keeps putting the helmet back on and taking the helmet off, and they're talking about the technology behind that. The helmet was sick too. Obviously, like devil horns, but very Loki-esque, the way it went back like that. Good call, really cool. And his suit looked like Tron. Was that on purpose too?
Oh, I didn't think. Yeah, they did.
Like the Tron movies.
And the way they were like the Damien and his sister talked too, and I was like, am I having a stroke right now? A lot of stuff that happened this episode, I was kind of like starting to worry about my mental health and if everything's going on. I just think it was a weird episode. I wasn't expecting to be in hell like 80% of the time. And I told you, I was like, this is going to be a pretty easy recap because we were just there and nothing major ends up happening in that battle that, is long-term for this time. I think it's a precursor of what's to come later. I also really... Mark's going to do that thing, whatever it is, it's going to be a step too far, very bad, and it's going to somehow impact the pregnancy or how Eve thinks of him. I don't like the trains are on the tracks, Bob. This is not good. I'm doing my Brian Windhorst fingers right now. I didn't even notice I'm doing that. Why would he say that?
We talked about it last week. It's Anakin. It really is.
It's Anakin.
It's super close to that story, which is... We've seen it go down there. Let's hope for a different ending here.
He's not going to do that, is he? Oh, no.
If we get, by the end of the season, Mark hitting a no, that'll be bad.
Oh, so wait, who would be the Obi-Wan in this scenario? Oliver?
Probably Oliver, or maybe even like Omni-Man at this point, because he
could be his dad.
He is redeemed.
Does he even have friends anymore? Like, he's in a bad place.
Like, Alan's more his dad's friend.
Yeah,
Eve,
exactly.
Eve herself plays like the role of Obi-Wan. No, I know, but like, what if she fills both of those roles? Yeah. Like, a fight with her is what happened. Like, that could be crazy.
Do you think?
I don't think he would fight her, though.
Is the real thing that turns him dark? Is that killing her dad? Because I kind of hate her dad. I did say I kind of want her dad to get killed.
He's like, what? He told you to do the dishes.
You're in no shape to be doing that.
It also made me laugh when the final fight scene between Volcanica and Invincible is set to Raining Blood by Slayer. And when me and Nate went overseas to Cardiff this summer for Oasis, Slayer was there the night before. So and the whole streets, like the day before, were like rockers and fucking leather and denim and patches and chains. And then the next day it was all Oasis fans in bucket hats and fucking soccer jerseys and stuff like that. But Nate's room was on the side. It was like the castle side or something. So he could hear Slayer. And he was like, I can't fucking sleep. Slayer's still playing. And then he texted me maybe an hour later. He goes, it just got so much louder. I said, get ready to learn Raining Blood, baby, because that is definitely what got louder. It's their most famous song and everything. So as soon as Raining Blood hit in this, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm thinking back to Cardiff where Raining Blood was keeping Nate awake the night before Oasis got back together.
That's awesome. One of my favorite things is, I'm sure there's a term for it for the people like the diehards like you who go to a ton of concerts or different venues. It's the band that follow the people going to see that night's band.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but the remnants left of the, it's the remnants of the previous set of fans. And then the next night's fans, because I think I told this story on the pod once. My wife and my daughter went to see the Backstreet Boys at Bethel Woods. And the day before was Fish. And there was just like a couple extra balloons laying on the ground. And I was like, don't touch those, because I don't know if there's anything left in there right now. So that might be the funniest. Like, what's the funniest combo you can think of? Because like Fish and the Backstreet Boys is pretty.
That's very and Fish. They actually have a name for their fans. They call them the Wookiees, which I think is. I'm not a Wookiee myself. Wookiees? Yeah, but I always loved that name. I mean, Slayer and Oasis, they're both rock band. Slayer's metal, but they're both in the rock zone. But couldn't be more opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of that. Slayer's singing about Raining Blood and Oasis singing about living forever. Very, very different bands. Backstreet Boys and Slayer, maybe combine the two.
Oh my God. That's
All right. Let's talk a little Project Hail Mary. I was so excited for this movie for genuinely years. Like, I got excited for this probably 2 years ago when it got announced, simply because The Martian's one of my favorite movies and books. And I said to myself 2 years ago, I said, I'm not going to read this one. I read The Martian and I loved it. And I read it twice before the movie came out, and it didn't hinder my enjoyment of the movie. But I said, fuck it. I'm going to be surprised by this. It's Lord and Miller. It's Ryan Gosling. It's a bunch of people that I love, and they're all involved with this. Later, Greg Fraser would sign on, the cinematographer for Rogue One, Dune 2, The Batman, the creator. He's a fucking master. So I was like, I think this is going to be right up my alley. We talked to Justin Kroll about it. He's like, this is a movie that's releasing in March and is going to carry forward through award season. And I was like, oh my God, I can't get my hopes up higher. And then I went, and I fucking loved it, Clem. I loved it just as much as I thought I would. It is a space movie with practical effects, an awesome performance from Ryan Gosling, and honestly, everyone in the cast. Sandra Hüller is great.
Everybody.
Everyone. I mean, Carl, our guy from The Bear, he's fucking fantastic in it. And it's just
Marcus,
about
right? He's Marcus.
Marcus, yeah. It's about friendship. It's about having hope. It's how can a Star Wars fan not love a movie like this? It hits on all of those notes. It was the first movie since Dune 2, the March of 2024, that leaving the theater instantly, I said, this is a 5-star movie for me. Maybe not for everyone else, but it felt so specifically like up my alley, made for me. It's my favorite movie since Dune 2. I like it more than any movie I saw last year. And I loved a lot of movies I saw last year. But this was just everything I wanted it to be. I loved it.
Yeah, and we won't go spoilers for anybody because, again, a lot of people have seen it. But I'm sure everyone's seen the hype, and we'll just add to the hype. We'll put a little bit kindling on that fire. When you said like it more than any other movie of the past year, because then you're putting this above Sinners, you're putting it above Weapons, you're putting it above One Battle,
Marty Supreme, which I loved, Superman, which I really loved.
Mm-hmm. So that's where you're at with Robbie. And you know what? When you said with Dune 2, that's a good way to put it, because when you're watching, you're like, man, I'm just having a good time and I'm happy I'm here. And then when you leave, you're just like, it just makes you happy just about movies. Yeah. You're like, man, this is a good fucking movie. Because I mean, maybe not so much you, but I just don't go to the movies. I just don't have as much time. And when I go and I'm let down, it's like, man, that sucks. And I'm probably not going to get to another one in a while. Now, there is like a Murderers Row movies coming out for the rest of the year. So I'm like, I'll be at the movies a lot. But this one, it's 2.5 hours. And I was like, all right, show me. I do think it could have maybe like 10, 15 minutes longer. But I don't want to cut a lot of stuff out. You know, I do think some of the stuff you need it for the moments that it pays off with. I didn't realize this was a book either. So is it called Project Hail Mary as well, the book?
Yeah. Written by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. And it was, I don't think his direct follow-up to that. I think he had one in between there. But I would say the book was definitely as beloved as The Martian was as a book. Like, book readers were like, they better get this right. And a lot of people are saying the movie's better than the book.
Wow, that was my question, because, you know, the book readers do get very, again, I've learned to actually really enjoy Moneyball, the movie. But it's a double whammy, because I loved the book. And I also love baseball, and that was an era I love baseball. And the fact they just brush over, and this is everyone's heard this a million times, Tim Hudson, Barry Zito, with Mark Mulder, and Miguel Tejada, and Eric Chavez are all fucking awesome. And I was like, guys, like the A's were awesome. Like, what are we talking about? So I do like to hear that. I'm gonna have to do a whole deep dive about like the differences between the book and the movie and what everyone thinks. I haven't even done like the real Reddit deep dive on all this, but Basement seal of approval for sure stamped on this. And I'm thinking, what do you think about this? So we have our lights, we have our different things. Who has the frosted mug? Doesn't someone have a frosted mug?
Someone does. I don't know. I don't remember.
A frosted mug.
Someone does have a frosted mug. Yeah.
We have Tony Gilroy has the sauce. That's in that's a light, right? It's a neon light. The Feige light is where this all started.
There's definitely a couple plaques. We got a couple plaques up too. We need someone keeping track of this stuff for us. We need like a basement archivist.
Yes, we need a basement archivist. what I am proposing we add to the basement here, and it's kind of a new age technology, like it would be on like comic books or like regular books, or like even the baseball cards had them. It's like the hologram, and you look at it from a different angle and it changes, and you look at it from one angle and it says Lord and Miller, and then it says Sauce Gods. They're the Sauce Gods, Bob.
Oh yeah.
Is that too strong? Because we said Gilroy has the sauce. These guys have the sauce. This is not a slight at Tony Gilroy either.
Not at all.
But what these guys are doing with the projects and the franchises that either we love or have grown to love here with this movie, right? We have Spider-Man. They did the Millers vs. the Machines, right? That was
they
them?
Produced that. So they almost have the Spielberg thing where like their name goes ahead of stuff that even they don't direct. But I think they have a heavy hand in all that stuff.
Were they Lego guys?
They were the Lego movie, and they did direct the Lego movie. They were the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs before that. They did 21 and 22 Jump Street, two of the funniest comedies of our generation era, whatever you want to call it. They've produced so much good stuff. They're involved in Spider Noir coming up this year, which just raises my hopes for that. Their names attached to something gives me so much hope. They absolutely get the holographic card on the wall. And this movie made me a little angry that they fucking got fired from Solo again. Yeah. I'm like, I just refuse to believe they were making a bad movie, bad enough to be like, we're firing you. And you don't even get to finish this. Ron Howard's refilming 70% of the movie or whatever. And then we got what we got, which again, it's not the worst abomination ever. It's just like the Star Wars movie that like I throw to the side and I'm like, I don't even really care about that one. I refuse to believe they did a bad job.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you could tell me, oh, this was such a big thing, they messed it up. It's like I don't think they really have it in their DNA to be able to mess something like that up. And Solo just felt like two different movies. And if
this is the first movie they directed since that too. What a statement. What a fucking, hey, you fired us. We're going to go make Project Hail Mary, second only to Oppenheimer in terms of movie openings that are non-franchise. It's fucking doing gangbusters right now. You can't get a ticket to Lincoln Square for 2 weeks.
What if I do this? What do you know this, Bob? This is pretty fucked up to do to Star Wars. What if I decide this movie is Solo's origin story? Without giving anything away.
School teacher.
And there's a whole lot of fucking like mental gymnastics you're gonna have. It doesn't flow as smooth as Trent's, Step Brothers goes into Elf or whatever. It's not that smooth. But like honestly, you guys gave me no choice. I don't want to. I've disavowed Solo. That's out of the headcanon. If I want to put something in, these fucking guys. There is like a what if. Like, what if these guys did Solo? What does it mean for the Solo story? What does it mean for the Star Wars universe? And I'm not going to be here to bash the Star Wars universe, but I just would have liked to have seen it because guys are the Sauce Gods.
That's my Snyder cut. That's the cut I want to see. It's not a cut that exists, unfortunately, because they didn't get to finish it. But like, that's the fucking people want to see Solo 2. It's like before we get the fucking Solo 2, I want to see the real version of Solo 1.
Are people asking for Solo 2 right now?
Not real. There's like definitely a vocal minority that has existed since the movie, but I would say not really. People
I've realized
that one up.
The internet is pockets of people that have their takes. They then find people with those takes, us Jar Jar people are amongst that group, and then you just become a loud minority. I mean, the Snyder folks have become a very, very loud version of that.
Yeah.
Man, it's like. Those guys would never do anything unpure. Like they would never do anything AI. Just tell me what you guys were going to do. Like, just read it to me. Just read it to me. Can
we get it as like an animated or like a comic even? Like, ooh. Just give us like what the story was, like how was it different than what we got? I'm sure it was pretty different.
It was all done. They shot it. They shot half of it, right? Or some of it?
Well, they shot like half of it. Yeah. It was like 50% of the way through the shoot, they got fired. And then Ron Howard apparently like refilmed a lot of the stuff they even filmed. Like, they took stuff out that they filmed. He probably filmed like 70% of it.
Okay. So there is somewhere the project is done. It's just not done on film, but it's written.
Yeah.
Like
the script's out
comic
there.
Book.
Not
animated.
out there, but yeah.
Just honestly, read it. Read it as an audio.
It's probably all the good Lando stuff. That was probably all their stuff.
That's what I was thinking, Bob. I thought the good Lando stuff was them. And this is so fucked up now. This is what we have done. Anything that was good,
we
was
give them credit for
anything
good.
bad was Howard.
We've
And
become
honestly,
what we hate.
Actually, no, because listen, Ron Howard. Yeah, exactly. Ron Howard. There's sauce on that boy too, right? We
I
all
actually
love
love
Ron Howard.
Yeah.
So sauce gods, everything good or great, everything all right. Howard, old sauce man. Everything bad. Who did the bad part of that movie?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. That's right. It's somehow her fault just by being on set that day.
She fired him. Listen, I try to defend her, but I won't defend her decision to fire Lord Miller ever.
That's like is Darth Vader really a bad guy? And it's like Alderaan. It's like, you can't help me out of Alderaan.
And then Dazed and Confused, a first time watch for me that I think when I said on the show last week, I've never seen this, people were like, what? How have you never seen this? And I know everyone has blind spots, but it did feel like this is very up my alley. And Clem, it couldn't have been more up my, well, I guess Project Hail Mary was a little more up my alley, but it was very, very up my alley. I loved it. It's a delightful watch. It wasn't a movie where I left it like blown away. It was a movie that I just loved to spend time in. I love spending time with these characters in this time in the Kiss loving 70s where we're getting Kiss songs, Kiss posters, Kiss statues. I was loving all of that stuff. And I love Freaks and Geeks. It's one of my favorite shows ever. I probably it's on the shelf behind me actively. It's above Noel Gallagher. It's that orange box.
Yep.
There. That's my Freaks and Geeks box set because I'm like, even if it's off streaming, I want to have access to this. I rewatch the Halloween episode every year. And I was stunned to finish Dazed and Confused and go, oh, so one of my favorite shows is just, what if we made Dazed and Confused into a TV show? It's almost exactly the same. The younger brother with the sister that's looking out for him. Like, it is so similar in a good way. And I also told everyone in the office this. My whole life, I've thought Matthew McConaughey was the main character of Dazed and Confused. My whole life. He's in it for like 10 minutes.
That is one of those things that if you don't know the movie and just the character was so good, that it could definitely confuse you.
It's worthy of that. Yeah. And oh my God, me and Rachel, the second he pulls into driving and goes, all right. We were like, that's the first one.
That's it. Little did he know that was just going to be his life for like God knows how long.
That was an all-time point at the screen, Rick Dalton, for me. All time.
Yes. I have to admit this. I didn't see Dazed and Confused. So this came out in 93. So I was 11 years old when that came out. You see there was a lot of like the posters, the t-shirts. You saw a lot of this stuff. And it was obviously a big movie. I didn't even watch it in like high school. I think I watched it probably like, I don't know, sometime a little after college at some point. I think it might have been when Netflix had the DVDs and I was like, fuck it, let's try Dazed and Confused out tonight. And I was like, God damn. Like, so there's certain movies that I watch because I want to be around the people and I feel like I'm there. And that just seems like a fun ass time, a very interesting time and place. It's in Texas. Everyone's like, you have the seniors kicking the freshmen ass, but then everyone's just cool with each other. They're nice. Everyone's just kind of in this school, and obviously if you're high school stuff, I just want to be there and just be with those people. I also thought it was a movie just about that was just like stoner movie. I didn't realize it.
I sort of thought the same.
Yeah, because the poster would always have like the smiley face with like the crazy eyes. So I just thought it was like, I was like, I'm not in the mood for a stoner movie. And then you're watching like, oh shit, these characters and these actors, Bob, what a goddamn
crazy
poor day force. That Stephen Che, oh, by the way, the Stephen Che
the Project Hail Mary review.
Sometimes a tour de force, sometimes a poor day force.
That's a bar. Listen, I can't deny it's a bar. That's a goddamn bar.
It made me laugh, and I usually am like, if Stephen Che has like a lot of criticisms about a movie, I'm probably gonna like it more. Again, we loved it, so shout out Stephen Che. It's my guy. So Jason London, what did you think about when you saw Jason London as a London fan with the Jeremy London and Jason? Right? Are they twins?
Yeah, I think they are.
So
everyone in the cast was so good. I truly felt like I left the movie with one critique, is that I wanted to spend more time with all of them. That was part of the reason why I was like, maybe that's why I like Freaks and Geeks so much, is because it is that. You're spending time getting to know them, getting to know their parents, getting to know their families, their little brothers, their little cousins, their whatever it is. Like, you get to know everybody in Freaks and Geeks. I left this and I was like, I almost wish there was not less characters because every character is so good. just wanted more time with all of them.
And how it evolves, where it starts with the paddling and the hazing, and then it goes to the night out when they're at like the foosball place and they're acting crazy. Then it ends with the moon tower and all that, and then it's kind of like the epilogue, and everyone's kind of like parting their ways. And you're like, these guys have a full year until the seniors are done, and now the freshmen are getting into the water. It's like almost like you'd love to have like either a summer or a school cutback. And Freaks and Geeks, I've never watched it. I want to watch it though, because I do think Freaks and Geeks, and I could be wrong on this, I feel like that cast is kind of like this cast from the previous generation, because it's like all these guys who went on to do all this awesome stuff. I said the London, but Joey Lauren Adams, obviously she has all her stuff. I can never say her name. Jovovich?
Mila Jakovic or whatever. Yeah.
She is in there, and you're like, she's not being used right. And I heard rumors that she, like, her some of her scenes were cut, because I think she the dude with the long hair, Sean Andrews, I heard they eloped at some point. So I don't know if there was something with the directors or whatever. That guy, Sean Andrews, the guy who has the parents who were supposed to go away, that guy feels like he should have been in 10 movies or been like a dude. The guy who looks like Joey Lawrence brother, you know what I'm talking about, like with the overalls, and it was always like talking with the girls with his like doing the tongue. That guy feels like he should have been something. The stoner guy feels like he should have been bigger. It's just
Ben Affleck.
Ben fucking Affleck. It's crazy.
And in such a good like douchey role, like the way he's like, I'm gonna fucking get you. Like I was also like, is this where like the rumors of obviously Freshman Friday didn't exist, but it was Freshman Friday. I was like, oh, is that a thing in the 70s? And that trickled down to the rumors of the 2000s.
So I was going to ask you about that, because I remember when I was going to high school, everyone was telling me Freshman Friday, and I was terrified. Is that was just like a wives' tale they did to fuck with the freshman's head? Because I always wondered, are there high schools where this shit just went down and it's like you kind of just live with it?
I don't know. There was I remember being a freshman walking through the halls, and like the seniors that were cool, that kind of knew everybody, that like the popular kids, I feel like they would be the ones to joke about it. Like they'd say to you in the hallway, like Freshman Friday tomorrow coming up. And you kind of knew they were kidding. Like nobody ever actually did anything like even remotely prankster, but like it was definitely something that like freshmen got a kick out of fucking with the seniors got a kick out of fucking with the freshmen over.
If you went to a high school where Freshman Friday or like legitimate hazing, or even something like this, where at the end of it's crazy that like at the end of the year they haze the freshmen, but then they kind of are the incoming freshmen, but then they kind of become friends with them. If that was the thing, put it in the comments, tweet at us, whatever. Maybe hashtag Basement Fridays we'll do. We'll do Basement Fridays. Like that could be our thing. I kind of want to know more about it. By the way, Parker Posey, that's another one that's like
I forgot to mention. I mean, especially I didn't know her a ton, but she was in the last season of The White Lotus, and she was so good in it. And she's doing this accent the whole time. She's like, Piper, get in here. She's like doing this crazy over the top accent. So it was almost weird for me to see her without that accent now.
Yeah, I could see that. And she was in she crushed in Fargo. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so she was awesome in that. Anthony Rapp and the Goldberg guy. Like, there's just so many guys that you have obviously heavy hitters like Affleck, but then you have like, oh, that guy, Adam Goldberg's, and they're like, oh yeah, that guy's in this. And the girls, the girl that's Mitch Kramer's sister, I'm in love with her. I forget about that every movie. She just seems like cool as hell. Mitch Kramer, I just love him with the long hair. And Mitchy. He's a terrible pitcher in real life, it seems. The little shitty friends. It's just, I don't know. It's one of my, I think if I like wrote out my movies, it might be top 20, if not 25. Like I could just throw it out and just hang with everybody. And Bob, the reason why I knew you loved this movie is because it might be the best soundtrack of all. The needle drops in this movie, they use like School's Out for Summer as the kids are leaving for summer. It starts with Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith, and then they go get the Aerosmith tickets at the end, which is, part of this whole story that's going on. Slow Ride is even used absolutely
so
perfect.
Good.
No More Mr. Nice Guys, he's getting paddled. Like, I'm telling you, Tuesday's gone as like everything's wrapping up. Lowrider, like they fucking
it's perfect.
Crushed it.
I could see this becoming a go-to comfort watch for me, for sure. I mean, the soundtrack, like that is a big part of comfort watches. It's why the Guardians movies work so well, is because, 10 minutes pass and you're like, oh, what a great song. Like, no matter how many times you hear these songs, it's why they're classics. It's like, Oh, it puts you right in the mode too. When they're doing the rock and roll all night. Again, I was like, oh my God, I got to see a poster, I got to see him paint the statues, and now I get to hear Kiss in the middle of this movie.
Yeah, and like with Guardians, the music is part of the scene and everything that's happening, and that does make it stick. Because I think about that. If you ever get a little tired of Guardians, Come a Little Bit Closer comes on and the arrows flying around, you're locked in, summer nights and, rockets blowing up everyone. So it's the same thing with this. It's like, all right, we got the paddle scene coming on. So I knew this was going to be an absolute lock for you. And actually now looking back, it was like the Columbia House. I'd always see the Dazed and Confused soundtrack on there. And I'm like, oh, that's that stoner movie. I really don't care about that. Little did I know I was missing. I was thinking about this. The 70s kids, I guess this is their like coming to age movie. Then for like my generation, I'd say it's a little mix of Can't Hardly Wait and like American Pie. And then like you said, Superbad is like as you go along. They don't even make comedies anymore. So I don't know what would be the next version of that.
I don't know what it would be. Like mid 90s was like a recent coming of age movie. There's not a ton of like coming of age. I'm sure we're forgetting a big one somewhere along the way.
It probably is, but again,
Skeleton Crew genre, for our generation
in general, where I don't think they really make movies like that anymore. So this one, A+ in my book. I'm happy you enjoyed. I don't think this will where would this go in your rankings of movies? I thought this old school. Me, myself,
Boogie and Nights.
Boogie Nights. Yeah, where does it stand? Is Boogie Nights then this?
Probably. It's close though. I would say Boogie Nights and then this. Yeah.
Boogie Nights.
And like a big drop. Like these two are kind of in a category of their own of the movies we've talked about. Yeah.
Boogie Nights has higher highs, but it's when you do the whole rewatch, you feel like I 80s e-break, I'm out. Like I'll stop watching that because it gets dark, it gets kind of weird. There's some funny stuff in there as well. But if the thing is, I don't know if anyone in Dazed and Confused is hitting Philip Seymour Hoffman, John C. Reilly,
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, what's his name? Don Cheadle. Like some of that stuff is just
even William H. Macy. That talk about a crazy cast. That one too.
Oh my God. Yeah, and that's just another version of that, but it feels like those are fully developed actors at that point, where these were just kids who were about to go on and start doing the stuff they did. So I'm thrilled we were able to cross off. And Bob, you never have to hear someone go, you never seen Dazed and Confused, you gotta see Dazed and Confused. It's off the books. You got it now. You can
it's
talk
off
about all
the
this
books.
kind of
Now
stuff.
it's just the 50 other classics that I haven't seen. You ever seen Scarface?
Oh no! Don't make me watch Scarface next week. We have enough stuff going on.
I'm not even that interested. If I'm being honest, I know it's like 3 hours. I'll get to it one day. Listen, I'll get there. I'll get to the Godfather and
Godfather's long. Godfather's like my favorite movie.
And I've tried Godfather a bunch of times, but I haven't tried it in probably 10 years. I tried it in high school, and I was just like, the same for me.
I'll
get to it. Listen, I know eventually one day it will be for me, and then I'll have Godfather and Godfather 2 to watch fresh. Like that'll be exciting one day.
KFC's my boy. He just recklessly used to just talk shit about The Wire, Sopranos, and Godfather, which is like three of my top 5 things. It's like Empire's in there for me, and like he's just shitting on all my favorite, and Die Hard. Yeah, that's basically my life. So we'll let The Godfather come and go down the road. I also have to admit, when my kids are watching 90s, my kids are watching 90s movies, that would be like me watching a 30s movie. It's like that much time has passed or whatever. So this was me back in the 90s. So we won't get on yet at all. I also think Scarface is not a classic like the other ones, and it's kind of
what I've heard from so many people. That's why I'm like not rushing to it.
It's like I think Godfather and Goodfellas, if you let one more than the other, I'm not gonna split hairs. I think Godfather's better personally. Scarface, it just became like the show. It became like a culture thing because like all the rappers would have it on MTV Cribs. They'd have the poster at the house. It became like a trope at some point. So we'll push back on that one for now. It's still just a wild, ridiculously movie though. It's fucking Al Pacino acting like a Cuban the entire time.
I will have to see it one day, but I'm in no rush. All right, next week we'll be back. Invincible season 4, episode 5, and 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again season 2. It's going to be a good episode. and we'll talk to you then.